Kenzzy Beat opens up on his growth, creative process, and industry challenges. Music producer Kenzzy Beat is carving his space in the music industry. Speaking with HIPTV, broke down the journey behind his unique production style. Kenzzy revealed that his passion for music production began back in school, noting that those early moments shaped the direction of his craft and set the foundation for the sound he now creates.
I went into production while I was in school, and I discovered I picked up interest in production quite from an early age when I was a kid, but I didn't have the resources around to actually get my hands on, but it was something I just knew, there was this instinct in me that just knew that I could do it. So along the line, while I was in my year 2 or year 3 in school, I went into it, and it turned out that it was something I could do.
Speaking on what defines his style, the producer described his sound as soft, organic, and heavily influenced by nature and everyday culture. According to him, the rhythm and feel of his environment play a major role in how his melodies come together.
I would like to describe my sound as something that is soulful. My sound is soulful. I draw my sound from nature, culture, African culture, and I feel like I've tried to infuse the African culture, our own African sound, with the modern day pop kind of music, and try to find a blend or find that midpoint where I can merge it together and make something unique.
Kenzzy also touched on the ongoing debate around white artists making Afrobeats. He acknowledged their contributions but maintained that African producers often work more in instinct and cultural rhythm, like many foreign producers who rely on structured methods.
Well, to an extent, I would say white people can do Afrobeats, like on the surface level, just the same way we Africans can also do hip-hop, we can do pop music, but the thing is, there's only so much a white person can do, because there's a stage to get to, or there are things you would see or things you hear when a black or an indigenous African person does Afrobeats and when a white person does it. So the white person would probably do more of the textbook kind of music, but we still have that. Due to our environment and where we grew up, we still have that touch. There's this touch of nature and our culture in that is infused in our sound. So someone that has a good ear for music would be able to tell a song produced by a Nigerian and a song produced by a white person, even though we both produced Afrobeat.
On the issue of credit, Kenzzy highlighted a major industry concern. He said that while platforms display producer credits, artists sometimes fail to promote them publicly, which is why many producers now put tags on their beats. Some artists, he added, even request their producers remove their tags.
About credits, I'll say Afrobeat producers are given credit like in paper. So what I mean is, when you check the credits of the song, when you check like your Apple Music or Spotify, you go to the credits, you'll see the name of the producer there. But do the artists actually push the producer themselves, like while singing the song, like what they used to do back in the day, where the artist would sing the song and they would actually hail the producer, they would actually mention the name of the producer. But in recent times, they don't really do that again. So that's why most producers started to put their own tag, like to actually show that, okay, when you hear this sound, you know that, okay, this is the person that made this beat. So most producers these days like to put their sound. But there are some funny cases where some artists don't want a producer to put his tag there. So some artists, when you put your tag, some artists might want to take it off. But it all boils down to personal decisions. But I would say in a more professional setting, like if you work with record labels, they will put your tag, they will give you credits, and everything will be sorted out. Yeah.
Rounding off the interview, Kenzzy spoke on collaborations and future goals. He said working with diverse artists continues to shape his sound, noting that he always starts with melodies before building a full beat. He expressed interest in collaborating with Rema, Ayra Starr, Wizkid and Davido, and confirmed his work on Joel Dre's Membrane, as well as Ricky Sani's collaborations with Fino and Potable.